Now the NIO stock price, ladies and gents, today is trading at $4.46. This is where exactly we saw the stock closing trading at yesterday. Now you will know that today there were a couple of news over and above the insurance registrations that came that have an impact onto the NIO stock, like the European Commission provisionally approving the tariff increase into Chinese EVs, which is not good. I mean, we read that they will increase up to 38.1%. NIO has responded already on this and we'll get to that, but for now there are conditions that the European Commission has put out there, and the reason why it's not yet finally approved but provisional is because they are still in talks with the Chinese authorities how they can resolve the issues that are there, which if things don't go as planned or if these things are not resolved, ladies and gents, from the 4th of July, these tariffs will start to come to play onto all the Chinese EVs. And ladies and gents, it won't be good because already there are tariffs that Chinese EVs are already succumbing to, which is something that is not good. And more tariffs, it means that the prices on the EV cars or on the Chinese EV cars, ladies and gents, then will end up going up, which will make, of course, European customers, consumers going away from Chinese EVs and maybe buying mostly European and American EVs. So this is not good news at all, but obviously NIO, like I said, they have responded to this. The European Commission is saying that all EV producers that have cooperated to the investigations but they have not been sampled will have to succumb to the 21% tariff increase, whereas those that have not been cooperating or have not cooperated to the investigations, ladies and gents, will succumb to the up to 38%. This is not good. We don't know if NIO has cooperated to the investigations, if they've been sampled, but I guess we should find out that very soon. But obviously what NIO, like I said, they responded to this by saying that with this tariff increase, ladies and gents, their plan, their mission into Europe, ladies and gents, they still believe and they are still going to continue with their mission of penetrating Europe and seeing opportunities and selling their cars and servicing their users, those that have bought the NIO cars in Europe. Basically, that's what, in a nutshell, NIO responded by saying. They still believe in Europe. They still believe that they are still going to continue to look for opportunities, though the tariffs will be going up. So this tells me that before even this gets concluded or finalized, since it's still provisionally approved, almost all, if not all, EVs selling their cars or Chinese EV producers selling their cars into Europe are going to have some sort of tariffs from the 4th of July, which is something that, yeah, man, we just hope things get better. We just hope companies like NIO can maneuver and find ways to still make money from these, of course, tariffs that European Commission is about to increase. But another thing about NIO, you will know that though NIO is selling their cars into Europe, or they've sort of like established themselves in Europe, but there is not much sales coming from Europe as it stands. I think on a monthly basis, year to date, we have not, I don't think we have received any more than 500 vehicles coming from Europe on a monthly basis, meaning that Europe has been selling combined less than 500 vehicles on a monthly basis, which the impact of this might not be much for a company like NIO. I mean, in NIO, you will know that their presence into 5 European destinations, namely Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, where, ladies and gents, we are seeing them selling their cars there. And I just hope NIO can find ways that will enable them to continue not just selling the current quantities they're selling, but even more. But the good thing about NIO Europe, you'll know that there is something that NIO is doing called the lease plan, which enables users to choose from either buying the car or leasing the car. And with the lease planner, one thing that we read is that, of course, some subscription on the lease plans for some models have come down, which is something that is pretty good because that will attract, or that continues attracting consumers into wanting to come and buy the NIO cars. So I hope things get better, and NIO, we don't get to see our EV stock NIO getting up to 38% of tariff increase on their vehicles. So at least we get them maybe getting the 20%. I think that would not hurt it by much, of which if it's almost double that, which is 38%, then I think they will really feel the heat. We don't know, like I said, if NEO has cooperated with the investigations, if they have been sampled, but if they have went through that process, then it should not be as bad. Whereas if they have not been cooperating and been sampled, then they are going to succumb to the 38%. Otherwise, on other news, ladies and gents, we read that NEO's fourth generation swapping stations have come live into 2 cities in China. You will know that this battery swapping station, or the fourth generation battery swapping station, they are able to swap the battery in your car in exactly 3 minutes. So they are much faster, or they are faster than the previous versions that NEO released for battery swapping station. And to get to see that they have started deploying this, or they have went live with this kind of battery swapping station into 2 cities in China, it is something that is really commendable, because these are the battery swapping stations that all these partners that are partnering with NEO, ladies and gents, will be able to use once they hit the ground with their, of course, partnership, which I expect to start happening sometime in 2025. Otherwise, ladies and gents, with the tariff story, personally, I think that for NEO, for now, I think we are fine, because Europe, like I said, in terms of deliveries, is not contributing much into NEO's deliveries. But hopefully NEO find ways. You will know that there is a sub-brand that NEO was supposed to launch in Europe, Firefly, which they now say that they will be launching it in China. That model, ladies and gents, in Europe, I think it will flourish. They will find ways to sell. NEO will find ways to continue selling in Europe, which is something that is always pretty good, pretty decent, and I look forward to, of course, NEO selling their sub-brands also in Europe. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy NEO, do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.